Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and I'm going to take this game is with your time and bandwidth. Today's game is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. The Turtles are back in a classic arcade-style beat-em-up for 6 players. Is it worth getting shell-shocked? TMNT Shredder's Revenge is an Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Switch release. It's on everything. It is also currently available via Xbox Game Pass, and the game will take you about 1 to 2 hours to complete the first time, but it definitely encourages replays. So what exactly is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge? Well, it's an arcade-style beat 'em up in the vein of The Simpsons, X-Men, and of course Ninja Turtles arcade game and Turtles in Time from back in the 90s. You and up to 5 friends, max 4 players locally, can team up as the 4 Turtles, April, Splinter, or Casey Jones and beat up the Foot Clan over 16 stages that are essentially a best of from all the previous Turtles games and cartoon lore. Gameplay is very simple, but with a handful of good quality of life improvements. You have normal attacks as well as special attacks that take meter. Meter can be gained by either hitting enemies or taunting, with the latter being the best way to do it. Unlike most arcade beat-em-ups, you also have a roll, which can allow you to dodge out of a lot of damage, and if a teammate goes down, it doesn't immediately take one of their lives. You have 10 seconds for a co-op player to pick them up. All of the characters also have a light progression system. Killing enemies and completing stage or world goals, such as beating a stage unharmed or finding collectibles in the levels, will grant XP, which in turn will level up that particular character. The upgrades are mostly just new meter moves and a small increase to hit points, so you don't need to grind or anything to have a good time right out of the gate. As mentioned, this game has 16 levels, which can be played in either a story mode, where you move around a world map and can replay stages at your leisure, or arcade mode, where you are given a set of lives and play them all back to back. Each of these modes also has 3 difficulty settings to take on. Of course, the star of the show is the fantastic co-op, which again supports up to 4 local and 6 offline, with the game scaling slightly for the increased chaos and numbers, but certainly getting much easier the more buddies you have beating down the Foot Clan. So all in all, this is a fairly simple throwback to the classic Turtles games, but with lots of modern quality of life improvements over old arcade games to make the game less frustrating and more fun. So what do I like about Shredder's Revenge? Well, the co-op is absolutely fantastic, with the multiplayer being incredibly fun, either with friends or even randoms online. The game is completely tailored around it, so you can easily find groups playing levels you want to do, so you don't ever have to go in alone if you don't have a friend on the couch. Additionally, I love this game's aesthetic, a fantastic retro pixel art style that's both colorful and highly animated, as well as bring back the original 80s voice actors, which is just icing on the cake for that nostalgic feel. And lastly, quality of life improvements, as mentioned, are understated in how much better they make the game when compared to classic arcade games, with the game producing a good challenge but still fair rather than just existing to eat your quarters. When it comes to the bad, the game is a basic arcade beat-em-up and thus is fairly simple and fairly short. If you are expecting more, you might be disappointed. Additionally, single player is much less fun than multiplayer since the game was clearly designed around groups. Thankfully, it is easy to find other players online. And lastly, I did encounter more than a handful of bugs which usually manifest during multiplayer online sessions, things like the game not starting, collectibles not counting, stages not unlocking, and so on. As you know, I rate games on a 3-point scale. Must play, maybe consider don't bother. I think Shredder's Revenge is a must play. It is a near perfect throwback game because it knows the boundaries it wants to stay in and excels within those constraints. This isn't trying to be a more advanced style beat 'em up like Castle Crashers or Dragon's Crown. It wants to be the best damn version of an arcade Turtles game, and it succeeds on that in every level. If you're nostalgic for that era of games and love the Ninja Turtles, this game will be right up your sewer. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Have you played Shredder's Revenge? What do you think about it? Please let me know in the comments. Or regardless, go out there and enjoy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge.